Oh my gosh, it's you! You're here! It's great to see you. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. What we're going to talk about today is actually really important. I have heard over the past month since I started this channel so many people telling me about how I'm wrong about this art supply, or telling me that, this is good, this is bad, that I really felt that I needed to make a video about this. Because doing this one thing is going to completely ruin your art. It's going to ruin your creative process. It's going to ruin your mind and probably ruin your life. And that one thing is believing that you need something. Believing you need something is what drives so many people to accumulate and to hoard all these things. For you to create awesome art, what you really need is just you. You need a simple thing like a pencil. You maybe need a brush. You maybe need some paint. Now, it doesn't need to be overly difficult. It doesn't need to be something that you have spent a fortune on. I had one gentleman who gave me a link to an absolutely incredible watercolor palette that was made out of brass, I think it was. And the thing was $300. Mine that I use every single day that I did the review on earlier this month, that thing costs about $21, I think. Although I've been told that there's retailers selling it now for like $60. Because when this is being shot, it's almost Christmas. So don't buy anything right now. Just wait if you really want it. But, end of the day, if you already have a watercolor palette, you don't need another one. That simple. Just like if you have a pencil and it works, do you really need another pencil? When I show you all of my tools of creation, these are the things that I use. Now, this is literally everything that I use. I don't have a bucket full of more stuff. I have one watercolor palette. That's what I use. I have some watercolor pencils that I use sometimes, and a few other things, but I don't have a room full of stuff. I have a little tiny space on a shelf. And yes, you're correct. If you're thinking, well, you're some Zen guy, you're totally right. I am some kind of a Zen guy. And I'll tell you something else. There was a time in my 30s, I believe, when I would only create art out of things that I found in the dump. That's not a joke. I used to take my young son and I would go up to the dump where I live. The dump wasn't too far away. And I would get whatever I could find from this one area that had like little bits and pieces of stuff. And I'd create some pretty cool art out of it. I wish I still had some of it. I was making sculptures and various different things. And it was really awesome because I was only making stuff out of found material. Now, in the summer, I usually do some carving. Maybe I'll show some videos of that later on. And I only carve wood that I found usually on the beach. I live right near the Pacific Ocean. So I just wander down and I find wood and I carve it. I don't spend a fortune on my sketchbook. I try to use one that is fairly inexpensive. And what I think is that the most important thing is not the things that you get, it's what you do with it. It's easy for us to want more. It's been indoctrinated into our minds more, more, more. But what we need to try to do is try to understand that really all we need is enough. That means that my 4 tools of creation and my sketchbook, that's really all I need. Maybe I need a canvas if I'm going to work on a new painting. Maybe, maybe I need some supplies. There's the mailman again with my dog. Maybe I need some supplies to create whatever it is that I'm going to make, but I don't believe that I need to spend a mint on it. It's far too easy to fall into this gap. It's far too easy to believe that we need the newest shiny thing. It's very simple to fall into this constant train ride of, I've got to do what that person says because they've got all the shiny pieces, so why don't I? I must be some kind of failure. Or look at the amazing stuff they do, and they have the $500 paint set, so that must be why they're good. Well, imagine if you're a carpenter, and what you use is a hammer, you use some nails, and you use some wood. Now, what that carpenter who's been at it for a while and works at it every day is going to make with that hammer and those nails and that wood, I can guarantee you it's going to look a whole lot different than, somebody who's never picked up a hammer and doesn't even know which end of the nail to use. I don't think that carpenter is going to be, hoarding nails and hammers and wood so that, they can tell everybody that they've got this, look at my cool hammer that I've got. This is like the best hammer ever. Have you ever used it? No, man. I just wanted this hammer because I saw a video on YouTube telling me that this is the best hammer and I need to buy it. There's a type of Zen art that I really like, and it's a pottery. I won't get too much into it, but what they do is they take broken things and they put them back together again. And oftentimes they'll use kind of like a really beautiful color to put those cracked pieces together. And what you end up with is actually something far more amazing and unique than how it was before. But somebody else might look at that and think, oh, that's a broken piece of junk. It obviously wasn't put together very well. Why would I want that? And yet, in the hands of somebody who can put it back together again right, it's far more unique. It's far more beautiful. It's far better for all of us. At the end of the day, if you think about it, what this world really needs is more awesome, creative people who are thinking outside of the box. What this world needs is far more people who are going, I don't need more. I need to figure out what is enough. I need to figure out my place in this universe. I need to breathe and let go. And I need to just be awesome and to support others in being awesome. And I need to cultivate compassion and love madly. At the end of the day, if we can live a life like that, wouldn't it be far better? Or we can just, get on that hamster wheel and just run, trying to get the newest, best thing, criticizing others, deciding that this is better than that. At the end of the day, none of that really matters though, does it? What matters is you being creative. What matters is you being creative every day. It means getting that sketchbook and filling it up with awesome stuff. Man, this one's almost done. That creative process is what matters. All the things that all of us have been led to believe matters doesn't actually matter so much. So, when you see my reviews, it's not telling you to get more, man. It's actually telling you that this thing that I use, I really like it. But don't think for a second that you need it. When you see all these other videos that people post, don't think for a second that you need it. You need it when you need it. You don't need it just because someone says that this is better than that. That type of argument is like saying that cell phone A is better than cell phone B, or the new edition of this cell phone is better than the one last year, so get rid of that piece of junk you got last year and get our new one. And we all fall for that, you know. But at the end of the day, just like these awesome classes that help me to see, what I really need is just the right prescription and the know-how on how to put them on my head, see better, and get to work doing cool things and living a far better life because of it. So, those are my 2 cents. If you agree with me, hit like, hit subscribe. If you don't agree with me, hit like, hit subscribe. Let me know how you're doing. I like a two-way conversation. It's the best way to do things. I want to know that you're doing art. I want to know that you're being creative. I want to know that you're rocking your world. So keep doing the amazing things that you are. Keep being the incredible person you are. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you haven't yet, check out some of the other ones. I've been working hard at them for the past month. And this has been a labor of love. I never thought that I would be doing a YouTube channel, that people would actually watch this stuff. It was more of a thing to document my own process, but it turned out to be the exact opposite. And I kind of like it a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.